Today is Tuesday, December 22nd. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon and it's 70 degrees out here. It's really warm. We were working in the garden and we thought it got kind of hot. I was going to show that I got a bunch of seeds, and these are the little seeds, these little black things. And those are Tithonias. So I started putting them in a envelope, and I basically sat and massaged these. They're real prickly, they hurt. But I took this little tool I have here and I just kind of poked in there, and then the seeds started falling out. And I wouldn't have known what the seeds were in here until I looked at what I bought. So that's how I kind of figure out how to get the seeds that I want. And that was that orange plant that was against the block wall. So, it's beautiful outside. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I'll walk around this a little bit. Like I say, I was standing on the patio and it was actually almost too hot. My cilantro's doing good there. This petunia started blooming. There's even some blooms on this bougainvillea. But what I really wanted to do is tomorrow we're getting this tree cut down. So I thought I would do my last garden video. I'll probably do one tomorrow, so it won't be the last of the year, but the last one that'll have this tree in the yard. And I may shoot some of the progress tomorrow, I don't know. We're having somebody do it. Aren't those pretty? I also collected seeds from, these are blankiflowers, Gaillardia, but they're a different variety than these over here. And so this is what these are, and they get kind of tall and gangly. But I came over here and I collected a bunch of seeds just by squeezing this together. All of those are seeds. So I have tons of these seeds now. And what I kind of did, because I think in order to grow these, you kind of have to let the sun do it. So you'll see I have like a lot of them just laying there. So we'll see if they pop up there or not. I'm going to clean this bed out though, because it's got all these tree seeds, and we really are trying to get rid of the tree seeds. So there's the tree we're going to get rid of. And I would normally miss it because it is a tree, but because the last few years it's been just basically, I don't know if it's maturity or stress, but it's been just leaving all these kinds of seeds like this. And you can see the trees full of them still. So I wanted to get rid of it because it'll just give us more sun in our garden area. Plus I can then turn all of this into garden, because we won't have this creepy tree in the way. And of course it came over and started roots in that bush that I had that is a tamarillo. So we moved it, we picked it up. It's just a fabric pot, and moved it over here. In fact, I watered it today. It really, I don't think likes the cold at all, but last year it even snowed and it still came back. It was a stick, but this is the first year that I've had this much growth on it. So I'm thinking if I keep this tended to, that I might get a tree that's got some tamarillo fruit on him. So anyway, there's some California fuchsia. And what we think we might want to do is because of the way we put that tree in there, they're not going to be able to pull the stump or grind the stump. Their machine can't get in there. So we've decided that we might work on trying to get the stump out of there, and then what we'd like to do is maybe plant one of those, kind of mirror that Cyad, I think it is, over there. This multiple, should go over. You can see I have tons of leaves everywhere, but I'm just kind of waiting until they get the tree gone. But that Cyad, I think it's a Cyad, I don't know how you say it, something like this over there, because then it would kind of be matchy in the yard, one at each end. It wouldn't put out a lot of shade. The birds would have a home again, and it's like a win-win situation. Look at all the leaves on that. Tons of leaves. But again, I'm not too concerned about it right now because I don't want to pick up any leaves until they get done. But you can see this tree is probably the same as that tree that we're having removed, and it's doing the same thing. These two trees that are between them, I really like, because they've already lost all their leaves. They look good, that one and that one. They're not as big, they're kind of lacy looking, but they don't have all that debris in them. So I don't know that I'll get rid of that tree because we do like the shade over in that area, but it's a pain. And we didn't get the trees that we wanted because we did research them somewhat. And if we'd have gotten what we wanted, I don't think we would have removed them. I don't think we'd ever even think about removing them. So anyway, this little dude, he doesn't like the cold, you can tell. But it's kind of pretty. It's got like lots of blooms on it. And this is that spinach. I can't think of what it's. Ooh, look at it. It's so pretty. But it's taken a little bit of a hit from the cold temperatures. We moved some other stuff out of the way so that I didn't have to contend with these pots. So we moved these fabric pots over here. And I pulled this marigold, and I don't know if I explained, I had a nematode problem in this bed, and one of the things I read is that if you take all of these marigold plants, I grew marigolds in here, and then I'm also taking and cutting up the plants and then tilling it into the soil. So I'm hoping that'll help the situation. So that's why that's laying there. I might put it back in there. We checked this bed when we cut down the peppers, and we pulled up a couple of pepper plants, and none of them had the nematode roots, those gnarly roots on them. So that was good. It looks like this bed is still, it had pests in it quite a bit this year, aphids and things like that, but it didn't have anything in the soil to get it, so that's good. And we just cut them back. Not that we're going to keep them, but we knew that we were done for this year with trying to keep them from the cold, and they could come back, and if they don't, I'm fine with that too. I actually feel like I planted them way too close together. So there's all of our stakes. And then these mustard spinach are getting bigger, but I did lose one. There was one over here that's gone. Look at, you can see how much the soil has been depleted. It's almost half of what it was. Maybe a third is gone. But it's amazing how much it sinks down the first year when you do a new bed. That one's not quite, it's still pretty bad. So, and then I've got some cilantro popping up over here. And I think that's about it. Oh, I removed all my gladiola tops, and there's some green already coming up. I am going to not keep them in this though. They're gonna probably go over in that bed, but I'm not sure. I definitely, or I'm gonna do a taller pot, I don't know, but I'm not keeping them in this, I don't think. And then I got some artichokes growing pretty good here, getting big, kind of neat to see. So petunias over there, but I think this bed's probably full of tree roots as well, so I intend to go through here and till all of this. I'm going to till that up there, I'm going to till all of this, and hopefully I'll get all the tree roots out of it. There's probably some even in here. Cut down the noodle beans. And like I say, I think that's why our noodle beans were not doing real well this year, is because every time I tried to plant them, something ate them. And it was probably those nematodes in there. They probably are not nematode resistant. That's the other thing I'm going to do is in my seed purchases, if I do any this year, I'm going to look for nematode resistance, because I know they make them. This is our path is drying. We got a few extra stepping stones there, and we're gonna be pouring sand in between the cracks and stuff soon and finishing the path off. We got lots of things we want to do after the holidays. So what else? I think that's about it. You can tell that the purple antennas are having a reaction to the cold. I think everything else is, I can't believe how well the petunias are looking, and these agapanthus are looking pretty good in here. So that petunia is looking pretty, getting big. Oh, on this oleander, we're probably gonna prune this and maybe let just the bush part at the bottom get bigger, since it kind of shot up and is stick-like there. And we might even do the same on here. not quite the same. If it looked like that, I'd have left it. So, like I say, this week will be the tree and probably leaf removal towards Thursday or Friday, and then kind of reorienting that plant there, that tamarillo plant, trying to figure out where to put it. I think it liked being under that tree, so I don't know if it'll do well, but we covered this faucet over here with this milk crate so that when they come in here tomorrow, if they drop something, it won't take that faucet off. And like I said, that's a pretty good sized tree. That's probably a foot in circumference. Actually, no, circumference would be if you did a tape measure around it, diameter. So, bye-bye. Not gonna miss you. Even that limb is kind of weird looking. Then it has these other branches that point down. It's pretty when it's green, but I sure don't like the way it is acting. That's my garden diary. Today is Wednesday, December 23rd, and my tree is gone. So I just kind of wanted to show that I actually like the way it looks too. I didn't know if I would. I wondered if I would think it was kind of barren looking, but there's still a big stump because I couldn't pull the stump because of the way we have it encased here. But we're gonna work on it ourselves, little at a time. But we're gonna clean all this up now. It's been a few years of having to deal with the mess that tree leaves us that caused me not to even work in this area much. And now I don't have to be as concerned. So it'll be nice. Even I'm trying to get even from this perspective, I like it. It's funny, I have pots everywhere, but I do like a clean look. So, I mean, I try to keep my countertops clear, and yet my yard has all of this extra stuff, which is some of the tree service people were talking about how much we have in our yard. So, but I mean, there's still quite a bit of shade in the winter because of the olive tree. There won't be in the summer because the sun's overhead. But I'm really pleased. Today is Wednesday, December 16th, and it's pretty cold outside because we've been sitting outside most of the morning, and it's like, I think it's only 40 degrees right now, and it's 10:30. I got a bunch of Anaheim peppers that are kind of green and orange on them, and then I've got some small Fresno peppers. I've got 4 strawberries and 1 cherry tomato. Today is Tuesday, December the 22nd, and we cut down all of our pepper plants. So this is what we got out of the garden. All the ones up front, I think from like here forward, are Fresnos. I think these are Anaheims, and I really think they were a weird Anaheim this year. All these big ones in the back are Costa Rican, I think, or Santa Fe Grande. I would grow these again. They're sweet. They're not hot. I think these are Santa Fe Grande, like those. And I think that's it. There's a lot of different kinds of peppers in here. I think like that's an Anaheim. And I have a lot of, these are real firm and kind of pointy. I don't know what those are yet. I gotta look those up. But quite a haul. Quite a big amount of peppers.